In this lecture, we are going to be learning that how we can create multiple users for this Ubuntu operating system. Right now, we only have one user. If I just go ahead and type out echo dollar user here, you will see that we only have one user, which is called Marshmallow, right? Now, this Marshmallow user is the user with which we log into this operating system, and it has all the super user privileges at this moment, right? But suppose that this laptop belonged to a school or a lab, right? In that case, we had to create a new user for this laptop. So the one user will be for administrative tasks, and the other user will be for students that they will use, right? So in that case, we will have to create a user which will not have all the sudo privileges, right? So in this lecture, we will learn that how can we create a new user for that. And it's very easy to use, right? So all we have to do is write add user, and then we will write the username. Let's call it Batman. Let's keep it a little funnier, right? So if I just go ahead and enter this command, it gave me an error. I mean, it told me that you can add user only as if you are root, right? So that means it's asking you to verify if you are a super user, right? So all you have to do is write sudo. So in the previous lectures, we discussed that what sudo is, right? Su means super, and do means, do something. So it's telling me that whatever I'm going to do, I'm doing this as a super user, right? So super user, add user, and then we'll write Batman, right? So it's asking me to enter the password to verify if if I have all the super user privileges or not, or it's trying to verify that if I am logged in as a root, right? So I'll just enter the password and hit enter, and it's just processing everything, and now it's asking me to set up a new password for this new user. So I'll just keep it very simple. I'll create 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? I'll hit enter, and it's just, it told me that it's too simple, right? So right now we don't have to worry about it. I'll just write or rewrite the same password, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so password has been set, and now it's asking me to enter the full name. Let's call it Steve Hoffman. Okay, all the fictional names that we have, we're gonna use them. I'll just hit enter. A room number, if there is. These are absolutely optional information. You don't have to enter them, and you can just simply enter it, and it will just pass. I'll just enter it. Work phone is 000-111-444-4 and 3456. I'll hit enter. Home is 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, I'll hit enter, and there's nothing to be entered. Then I'll just enter there to skip that part. And now it's asking me that if all the information is correct, I'll hit Y, and then I'll hit enter, right? So right now our user has been created. So if you just go to your settings, and in the settings, if you just go here and search for user, it's already open here, but I'm just showing you that how you can open it. Go to this users. Okay, you will see that one account is this Muhammad Talha, which is my original account, or root account, or super user account, or administrative account. These are all the names of a single thing, right? And this is another account that we just created, which was named as Steve Hoffman, right? So right now you can see it doesn't have all the administrator privileges, right? So it's just a simple account with no super user privileges that a student can use, right? But what if we want to give this user administrative privileges, right? So for that, we'll just open up this terminal again, and let's just close this for now. And all we have to do is, first of all, just let's just check that what group this new user belong to, right? So we name that user Batman. So here you can see by default, when you will create a new user, it will belong to its own group, right? So you can see the Batman, column Batman. So that user, this is the user, it belongs to its own group, right? And right now it will not have any sudo privileges, right? Now, if you want to give them super user privileges, you have to add this Batman to a root group or to super users group, right? So for that, what you can do is you can write user mode. You are changing the mode of the user, and you are changing its group to sudo, right? So sudo again super user, and then write again. You will write the name of the user that you are trying to give administrative privileges to. So I'll just hit enter. Okay, so here we made a little mistake. We gave this flag wrong in the wrong way. All we have to do is just change this. We have to write -EG, right? I'll just hit enter. Okay, so we have to run this. Again, you can see that this user mode, it's telling us that permission is denied. So the reason is we have to run this command as a super user, right? So just like we did above, while creating this new user, we again have to write sudo here, right? So now it should give this Batman new user administrative privileges. Okay, so now we are not seeing any kind of error, which means we have successfully given all the administrative privileges to this Batman user. Now let's just go ahead and again check the group of this Batman. And here you can see right now, this Batman belongs to this sudo group as well. So that means it's a super user now, right? So if you just log off to this account right now, and then again log in to this Batman user's account or this Steve Hoffman's user account, and you're gonna have all the administrative privileges. I'll just log off to this account. I'll just click here and I will log out, log out. Okay, so now here you can see before we only had this Muhammad Talha account, right? But now we have this Steve Hoffman's account. I'll just click here and I will enter the password, which was the very simple password 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. I'll just hit enter and it should log into this account. Okay, so now here you can see this is the main page of your new account, and just like when we installed Ubuntu for the first time, it's exactly like this, right? So we can work with this display. We can make it a little bigger. All we have to do is just go to the settings. So here we have our settings, right? All we have to do is just type here display. We'll type display and go to this screen display tab, and here we will click on this drop down menu, and then according to our screen's resolution we will select the compatible resolution. I'll just click here and I will hit apply. And here you can see the display is again it's no longer that small window, right? So that's how you can work with this. And if I just close this, I'll just click next here. This is you have set up a new user, right? So it's setting up all the settings again, just like it did for the Ubuntu when we installed it for the first time, right? I'll just hit done here. I'll just click close. And now here you can see we don't have that previous wallpaper here. It's the default wallpaper for Ubuntu. And we don't have all the files or folders that we had on this desktop as well, right? Because all of that was in another user's account, right? And this is a whole new other user, right? So we'll just go ahead and test that if this account has any super user privileges or not. I'll just look for terminal. So everything is set back to default as it should be when we install Ubuntu for the first time, right? Even this terminal, because we changed the theme of this terminal as well in our super user, right? But right now it's not that. It's the default theme of the terminal, which comes built in your Ubuntu, right? And we know that we made our user called Batman, so we have this Batman, right? Okay, so let's just see if our terminal or this account has super user privileges or not. What we will do, we will simply just go ahead and write sudo apt install VLC. Let's just install VLC, and then we will write password here. Okay, sorry, I entered the password for super user, the original user, right? I'll just enter the password for this user. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Right, so it didn't show any error, and it just started to process, right? So that means now this user has all the super user privileges, right? It used sudo to install VLC in this account, right? So this user right now has all the sudo privileges. I'll just abort this, and I'll just clear this. Right. So in this video, we learned that how we can create a new user in your Ubuntu operating system, and we also learned that how we can give that new user super user privileges.